Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. Brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware, Long Island's largest rock salt provider. Are you getting ready? Omni True Value Hardware is ready for winter as the largest rock salt provider on Long Island. And it's not just rock salt, but mag ice melting pellets and flakes. Petalo Premium Snow and Ice Melter, Biomelt, and Geomelt. We've got spreaders, shovels, snow blowers, and more. So prepare ahead of time for those winter storms that'll be coming down the road. 1226 Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, New York, 631-756-1125, or go to the website omnitruevalue.com for more information. And of course, we are dealing with round one here of Tropical Storm Zeta after it made landfall in southeast Louisiana almost as a Category 3 hurricane. And as you can see on the satellite, it's effectively merged inside this complex that includes another storm system to the west of it. There's a very strong upper low. You see the rotation on the satellite here back over in Arkansas and eastern Oklahoma. That is driving the tropical storm northeastward at 40 miles an hour or more, and it's still producing, even though it is inland, it is still producing sustained winds of 40 to 50 miles an hour with higher gusts. And it's probably going to maintain that to an extent until it reaches the coast sometime this evening near Chesapeake Bay. And then it may actually strengthen a little bit once it moves out into the open waters of the Atlantic. The bottom line is that we're dealing with a lot of rain. This is the late morning radar, just absolutely covered in green with patches of yellow, moderate to heavy rain from southern New England all the way back into the Ohio Valley and down into the Carolina Mountains. This is it's you're starting to lose the distinct definition of the tropical system. It is right in here that we have the actual low of Zeta that is heading for Chesapeake Bay and then going to run out to the northeast very, very quickly. And when it does that tonight, you can also start to look for winds to pick up along the coast from the northeast, and there will be gales in the coastal waters. I don't think there's going to be a wind problem over land to worry about. The winds, I think, are going to be mainly confined offshore and right along the immediate coastal areas. WPC is still thinking an inch and a half to 2.5 inches of rain out of all of this. That is combined what we get today and what we get tonight and tomorrow because we have this second weather system that's coming in behind it. So let's take a look at the new NAM and how it's going to play out. And it just rains all day. And that low to the south means that we stay in all this overrunning rain here. And that big patch of yellow near the low center this afternoon moves across Virginia and then heads into southern New Jersey. There'll be a steady, moderate rain that runs up north of there. And that rain area does push up far enough north. So southern and southeastern New England, particularly in the drought areas, are going to benefit from this. Moves off the coast. This is at 8 p.m. tonight, southeast of Atlantic City, a 993 millibar low, and then it moves out straight east. And now you have the second low coming into play later tonight. And you'll notice that there's an expanding area of snow in upstate New York, southern Vermont, and New Hampshire, mainly north of I-90. And as cold air drains southward, we are going to see that cold air move down toward the coast. The snow line moves southward tomorrow morning, gets to just north of New York City, northwest New Jersey, and then across southern Connecticut. I think for the coastal areas, Long Island, northern New Jersey, probably might see some wet snowflakes mixed in. There'll be a steadier snow as you go further north, and then that second low pulls out, and we finally get everything out of here by early afternoon, and then it's just going to be cold. We're going to have temperatures tomorrow that are going to settle down close to the 40-degree mark in many locations near the coast, and inland areas will probably drop into the 30s. And that sets us up, I think, for a widespread freeze Saturday morning. We're going to be in the upper 20s and low 30s as weather conditions improve. The weekend is looking good in my view. Saturday will be cold, but at least it'll be sunny and temperatures will be in the 40s, and we should rebound into the 50s on Sunday, but we do have another cold front that will be approaching Sunday afternoon. So some clouds will come into the mix. And this is with a strong upper trough that's going to be moving into southeastern Canada and northern New England. There might be a shower sometime Sunday evening, and then behind that, it's going to turn windy and cold for Sunday night, but particularly Monday night into Tuesday, where we're going to have temperatures that are going to have a tough time getting out of the 40s by day, and will be down depending on how much cloud cover we have. And because this upper trough is going to create some instability, that might hold the temperatures up a little bit at night, but we should still get down into the 20s and 30s come Monday night into Tuesday morning. Good news in the long range next week. After that shot of cold air pulls out, a ridge is going to build in the east, so that's going to keep things dry, and I think it's going to keep things relatively nice right through Friday. So unlike this past week where we were sitting in the muck and mire with the low clouds and the marine flow, with the high going out just to our south and maybe more of a west wind, that'll warm things up back into the 60s, but it'll also at least give us some sunshine, and we won't get into that nasty marine layer. Now, as far as snow accumulations are concerned, I'm pulling down the Weather Service forecast snow maps here for southern New England. It all pretty much lines up. If you're north of Route 84, I think you stand a chance of putting down maybe a coating. Elevated areas could see a slushy couple of inches in some places. You can see how a Boston Weather Service office lines up with some 3-inch amounts when you get up into east central Massachusetts, for example. And then when we move along into the Hudson Valley, again, north of 84, you may have to go north of Poughkeepsie for this, where you start to get into a coating to an inch. And then in the Catskills, particularly as you head northward, you're going to wind up with several inch snow amounts there, also into parts of southern Vermont and New Hampshire. And we have one more, another view here. Now, this is the New York view. And again, north of 84, you start to see these less than an inch amounts starting to show up. Some mixing down further south into the coast. But other than that, I really don't foresee any problems. And here's the look for the rest of the Catskills, where we're seeing, a coating to a couple of inches, particularly in higher elevations. So it does set up pretty well for a bit of wet snow. I don't think this is the type of system that looks like it's going to outperform, maybe in an isolated spot or two, but in terms of a general outperformance and a big surprise, I'm kind of leaning against it at this point. So thanks for being here today on Weather in 5, which was brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware, getting ready for wintertime. Long Island's largest rock salt provider, 631-756-1125, 1226 North Wellwood Avenue, OmniTrueValue.com. The Joe and Joe show tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern Time as we go over what's been happening with this double barrel weather event. Zeta moving away later tonight. We'll talk about that, the weekend and the long range. 7 o'clock on my 7:30. I'm sorry, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on my YouTube channel, Joe Cioffi. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you later.